Javier, Martín. I work for Alcatel Lucent in Spain, but I run, what I do is basically I run the IP division, okay, for the market in Spain and in the Telefónica, for the Telefónica group worldwide. My background is telecommunications, right? Before I've been working for Alcatel Lucent now for I think it's 12 years. Previously, I worked for Ericsson, a Swedish company, and previously for Telefónica as well. My intention today is try to brief you on how we see the evolution of the carriers of the operators network, okay, based on the changes, the forthcoming changes, and the changes that are happening right now, okay, of how we use or how we behave as users of the telecommunications and how the operators and new actors within this world are also evolving. Right, so and basically the major change is what we normally name as the cloud. Basically having services and applications or whatever that we can access from our terminals, regardless of the type of terminal we have. So this is somehow changing the way we behave, and it's changing as customers change its behavior, changes the way the networks are constructed. Okay. So basically, what I have in the presentation is those explain who is Alcatel Lucent. As far as Fernando, my colleague last month, already covered this part, I will skip it. Right, so I will go to the point. Afterwards, I will come to try to explain two acronyms, okay, that are the basis, or right now, are the basis of the way the networks, the evolution of the networks is understood. This SDN that stands for software-defined networks or software-defined networking, okay, and NFV that stands for network function virtualization. Right? So basically, I will take a lot about networks. In order, and this is the major point I would like to cover, depending on how long it takes, we will go somehow deeper in the applicability of those technologies to the network itself. Right? Basically, I will dig into SDN and how SDN, how we understand as Alcatel Lucent that SDN will impact the evolution of the network. And after we have some summary, and I will also skip point number 6 as far as it has been also covered by my colleague last month. Okay? Now I will skip those slides and come to this stuff. Okay? SDN and NFV. Basically, in order to make an introduction, first of all, is how the market, because at the end of the day, this is all around business, okay? Technology applied to business in a way or another. So, on the market is changing. So basically, we are changing the way we use our devices. We are having more type of devices or different type of devices that help us to make the usage of internet, of communication in a different way. We have more bandwidth. We have more services on demand. We have the traditional operators trying to extend the portfolio to offer us more services on top of or more than pure connectivity. And also we have other actors, new kind of service providers that are offering us services, application, whatever, on top of the telecom network. Say Google, Amazon, all of those guys are also leveraging, okay, or using telecom infrastructure to reach us as well. So it's a must having that they have to work in big data centers, they work in its own infrastructure is basically a kind of huge IT structure, okay, but in order to reach us, they need the network to work as well. Something already commented. So the type of devices is also, we have, is also changing our behavior. So basically the graph shows how, for example, the introduction of the tablets has been very directive and is overcoming other type of assets like the notebooks or desktops. So basically this means that our tablet, like somehow the device I have here, this type of devices, for example, also stand for mobility, stand for quicker response on applications. We have a kind of more situation where any request being made through the internet should be also answered whatever we could be, okay? And it's fantastic, it's a sideway, okay? So something that is affecting the result. And on top of, there are new types of connections of services. Of tablets, we have, for example, something that is quite interesting is the machine-to-machine connectivity. There are a huge number of devices that today are having continuous connection towards a kind of centralized system. For example, we can have alarm systems at home, we have connected cars, we have a number of things that are also, okay, defining type of needs through other areas. And we have all what we can call the cloud. We have and today we can ourselves rent a virtual server. That means some CPU, RAM, memory, and storage in the cloud, okay, and use it as we have, for example, PC at home. But at the end of the day, it's another new type of service. Okay, so basically, this is the shows that new things are forthcoming and are coming very quickly. Okay? So also the rhythm of introduction, new application, new devices, new things is also quite fast. What means that at the end of the day, the network will need to respond very quickly as well. Okay? Another point I already mentioned at the very beginning is what we can understand as an operator. So we have the traditional network operators, the Telefónicas, Vodafones, Telecom, whatever, and what we call web-scale operators that are basically companies that through the web can even behave as an operator and provide with telecom services even without owning a network themselves. Okay, we have the most common is the virtual mobile network operators that, depending on regulation, you can also have a DSL or FTTH service from one company, but at the end of the day, the owner of the infrastructure is a completely different one. Okay. Anyhow, we can see this as a kind of, or sometimes like it's like competition. Okay. But sometimes one of the traditional operators owns the assets, the physical assets, but sometimes the scale, what we call,